Hello friends, I hope you are having a wonderfully relaxing Sunday. Brandy Falcon here, and this is our second day of our 30 days of wellness and connection that I'm doing with you. And today I want to talk about how to plan your week for success. So when I talk to friends and clients and they say that they're having a hard time balancing, say, work and family life, or they're having a hard time fitting in self-care activities into their week, or they're ordering a lot of takeout food and having a hard time committing to eating whole meals at home with whole foods, it's usually a lack of planning. So I want to talk about that, how to get ahead of it, to set yourself up for success with your wellness endeavors. So every Sunday, I take some time to plan. And I am a planner. It is part of my nature, but I think it's something that we can all develop to help us flow more easily through the week. You don't need to be really strict about this. It's more of a guideline. It's about getting your to-do list out of your head and onto paper. Now you can use a paper calendar like I do, or you can use a Google Calendar or something on your computer. I use both. I have my Google Calendar mainly for my clients that I see, some consultations I do, and I do put my other activities on there as well, but that is more of a plan B calendar for me because I have missed things that I have put on that calendar. It is much easier for me to process when I'm going from brain to hand to pencil to paper. And I actually have two notebooks. I remember I said I am a planner. Actually, I have two notebooks that I work with. But this helps me to remember things even as I am putting them on the calendar without obsessing about it. So it's this happy balance that I have found. So let me show you what I use, and this is just to give you ideas. Of course, you'll do whatever works for you, but I use the dough planner. So for those of us doing a doTERRA business, you can get this calendar. I actually have the one that is Ange Peters' brand, so it looks prettier than the regular dough planner. And there are areas on here for self-development as well as contacting people, your must-dos for the week. It has half-hour increments from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. where you can put in your appointments, but also has daily self-care tracking. So tracking your daily water, supplements, movement, and time for self. So that is included in here, which is why I love it so much. But if you are starting with nothing, and actually I start this way too, or I at least have it in mind, is that you can get a piece of paper, get a notebook. So this is my other notebook I use. So I make a cross. And you may have different categories than me, but I have home, family, business, and self. So for the week, I put down everything that I need to do for each category. So home, any maintenance, cleaning, which I don't really clean in my house. It's more of an emergency situation when I need to clean, so that's not a big priority for me. But gardening is on my home list. And for family, I have the activities I do with my son. I homeschool him. We're pretty flexible. I don't schedule a lot of stuff for him, but I do try to put in one fun activity, like a field trip that we do every week, usually on Fridays, but try to plan that in. And I have my meal plan, which is huge for my family, especially right now because I'm eating a little differently from them. And so definitely need to have that planned out because I do not like getting takeout. I love to cook for my family, and it's a way that I can really control the toxins that we're bringing into our bodies as well. Business, oh my goodness, business, I always have a longer list. So who I want to contact, the classes that I'm putting on the calendar. You know that I do blog posts and videos, and I have a weekly newsletter. So I create all of that every week usually. And then ordering supplies for my acupuncture business as needed. And then social media too, which I'm doing with you and trying to keep up with. And then there is self-care. So I schedule in my workouts, even massages and baths and the things that I want to be prioritizing, schedule that in, and even my daily yoga and meditation. So I have periods in the morning where I block those things out. And then usually 8:30 and on at night is just self-care and folding laundry and stuff like that, which is relaxing for me. But anyway, so I do this, or at least I have this going in my mind. And then I put that down on the calendar. So after putting in the appointments that actually have a solid time, the rest of this I distribute out through each day, throughout each week. And then once I have it listed, I prioritize it. So I usually wait to do that because it does change. And like today, I still have like 4 other things I need to do. And I need to go plant some saffron bulbs and turn the compost, which was a few steps away, but since we only have 2 hours more of daylight, I need to change that around. So this is how my planning works for you, works for me. I'm interested in knowing what works for you. If you do any planning for yourself and family, if you notice that maybe you have a little bit of an imbalance, because like I just said, I always have a longer list on the business side. It just means that I have more things I want to do with that. It's not that I usually prioritize that, because I usually prioritize my son and cooking and self-care. Actually, I'm pretty good at prioritizing. And so a lot of the business things sometimes get pushed off, and that's okay. But again, this is getting your to-do list out of your mind onto paper, and you are most likely going to succeed if you are touching in with all of these things every day. So another thing that I need to be better at doing, because I'm telling you today I'm going to do it, I am being held accountable now, is that Sundays, in addition to being a time of planning, it can be a time of reflection. And not just reflecting on the things that you didn't get to, but thinking about the things that were wonderful about the week, your wins, the good memories that you have of this last week, and to celebrate anything that really worked out for you. Again, I need to be doing that more myself. And I can tell you this week, even though it was very tumultuous for most of us, I had a lot of really great conversations with friends. I did a cleanse that I started and I had to adjust. I'll tell you about that in another video, but it was still all good. I started personal training, which was really fun. I did another workout today, and I just feel like my life is moving in the right direction. So I am very pleased with that. But this can be a time where you are looking at the things that are working in your life and the things that you want to change, and then adjust your schedule as needed, adjust your priorities. So I hope you have a great rest of the day, friend, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care.